Is this running or not? It is. Well, this is the situation we got here, boys and girls. I got this gizmo. It's got a sticker. And it's got a clamp for the radio, or for the Zivon. Let's try it this way. Still running. Problem now is I have to turn it around again. Because I can't see the buttons. Alright, let's try it this way now. Okay. Crap. Still not gonna work. Well, I'm just gonna stick it on the dash like that for now. Yeah, over here. Bend up a bit more. So you'll have to forgive me. See, this thing don't work for the crap either. Okay, it's cockeyed and it's gonna go for a ride. I know that. Okay, let's put it in there. Okay, let's go. I gotta get a strawberry filled candy. There. So, okay, here we go. And sorry for it being cockeyed, but that's the best it's going to get this time. What I really need is a GoPro, which would really help out my situation here, because I don't think the phone's going to work. So I guess I'm going to put my seatbelt on now. Hang on. So, what's been going on? Here we are. There. So, what's been going on with the old Bobby here? Well, I was gone for pretty well the month of October. I went hunting to Alberta, outside Valley View. If you look on the map for Valley View, I was to the west of there. And you'll see a giant forest on the eastern slope of the Rocky Mountains. I was on the edge of that. This ain't gonna work. My daughter and her husband have a ranch. They raise horses and cows, board them as well. It's just devastating, the fields and the hay. Farmer puts the hay up and don't take, that was your bird. Puts the hay up, and then the elk get in there and just rip the hell out of it. Tear into one bale, and then they'll tear into another bale because they just don't like the bale they already wrecked, so they wreck another one and another one. But they couldn't hunt where these bales were. They could only hunt into one of the wildlife management units that allowed them to hunt these elk. But anyway, that was okay. So my granddaughter, that was a gift in itself, and my daughter going with me. We sat on we got, I think it was 5 chickens, and then she got some more by herself another day, which I thought was pretty good. These are ruffle grouse, or no, they're spruce grouse, I think. And got to see some nice country. I've got some pictures that I gotta dig into my phone. I gotta get them on my computer so that I can put them in a video. The weather out there was great. It only rained at night and during the day. Not that I remember anyway. And the temperatures were above freezing. A couple of days you could go without a jacket on. You had to have a long sleeve shirt, but that was pretty good. And I was amazed at some of the places that we visited, like a couple of businesses in different areas of town that I remember from before. They're doing quite well out west. They're all making it, well, pretty well. Quite a few people are making $100,000 a year, 150, 200, 300, and 400 grand that I was with. Which is pretty good salaries for going for a 9-to-5 type job. Some of them work in the field, like the oil field. They do get a lot more. They have to, a lot of them don't have a company truck. They have a contract to service the leases themselves. Anyway, this is hurting the hand here. We got to solve the riddle of this freaking thing. This is a new holder for the phone. It's supposed to suction cup to the window, but it can't suction cup to that pebbly surface down there. So then I don't want to glue something on there. Or, because one day I might have to get it off of there, and that could be any day. This car, or this Jeep, it's getting close. We bought it in 2017. Do the math, it's 8 years old. It's got 153,000 kilometers on it, which isn't too bad as that goes. So I had a good feed of potatoes out there. This is a meat and potato place. Mostly. I gotta adjust this thing here. Probably be better putting this thing on a hat band, but I don't think I can hang on to it. It's pretty heavy hanging on to this phone. And I know it's bouncing all over Hell's Half Acre here. Beautiful. I see there's still logging away up on that hill on yonder there. Just below the tree line, it's gone. Over there, that hill, gone. You see trees, but when you're out and if you're to glass them with binoculars, you'll notice that there won't be no trees up there. Okay, we gotta get a car wash today as well. She keeps giving me these things to remember, but I don't think we'll get the car wash. Yeah, this is kind of like the poor section of town here. And these yahoos in here. Excuse me. Oh, now this thing's turning. Okay. Well, that's the Dorn Ridge Road. We're just about out to the highway here. Of sorts. I gotta get old Storm in there. Get that ear fixed. His left ear keeps... We're not sure what's going on. He had a growth there for a while and he got a bunch of bacteria in behind it. It was laying up against the... where the eardrum is. So the old vet was a little leery about trying to fix it. He washed it out, gave us this prednisone to give the dog, and the prednisone, the dog would just go ballistic. He got food aggressive, and he was not much of a joy to be around, that's for sure. So now, we've got to take him in for 1 month, every day. No, I can see up the road here. Hang on. That looks clear. This is absolutely crazy here, trying to drive and do this. There's a logging truck. Now, yesterday in the city, when we took Storm in, when we came out, the Westmoreland Street Bridge was down to 2 lanes instead of the 4, and all the on-ramps, or most of the on-ramps, were basically closed. It was mental. We must have parked or not parked, but we got into the lineup about 20 blocks before the bridge, and it took close to, 45 minutes to an hour to get onto the bridge. And then everything was ticky-poo after that. So my daughter's granddaughter and all those around me out west, it was a great vacation. I was there for 28 days or something like that. Pretty well a month. Yeah. There's the country folks. You just wave. And the restaurant's open here in Bird's Store. Oh, I should have showed you back there. That old decrepit house. They're fixing it up. There we go. They fixed this house up. They want to buy this house, I guess. Fix it up. It's remarkable, actually. They're Europeans. I'm not sure from where. Denmark, Sweden, one of those places. And they sure are good with their hands and tools. Now, they turn these buildings, these old derelict buildings, back into something that's useful. They put new wiring in them, insulate them up properly, Some of these houses are a good 100 years old. And they bring them up to standard. Well, our standard anyway. And they can put renters in it. Oh, there's another dead deer just back there. Lots of dead deer. They're moving around. It's breeding season, full on. Just best to stay clear of them. I've seen them in the daytime frequently, which is unusual. I think it's the bucks are pushing them out. I don't think I've seen a buck yet anyway. Nothing that I would get all jumpy about. We seen a bazillion deer out there. One day we must have counted close to 50. But you couldn't shoot them. They were in posted property. And you'd have to have permission. But since they had no hunting signs up there, that means no hunting for everybody. And I sure as hell don't want people hunting on our property either. Anybody that seems to have gone on there uses it as their personal trash bin. They just drop paper. They don't even think twice about picking it up. I'm continually picking stuff up. There's a plastic jug in the woods there. I don't know. Must have had something in it. Chainsaw oil or motor oil. Crazy. Nice old tractor. Some of those old tractors, they want $4,000 or $5,000 for. And as much as I would love one, then you got to get implements. Those aren't cheap. Just one thing after another. Hey, I like that. That's a flag. Yes, Remembrance Day is quickly coming upon us. I keep forgetting to buy a poppy or put a poppy on in remembrance. But I will do my 2 minutes of silence for sure on November 11th. My dad served in the military. My grandfather, he was a train engineer, so he was doing his part for the war by moving goods around. I'm not so much sure if it was passenger, but possibly. And I had a various bunch of uncles here, there, and that. They all were in the military. Pretty well all my dad's friends from childhood were in the military. Various places. One of them served in Holland. And Holland is very respectful of the Canadians that died over there. There's something like 1,700 graves near Anaheim, which is where one of the big battles with the Canadians involved were. School children go there once a year and pay homage to our dead soldiers. When we were in the Philippines, we went to there was one with the Americans. Holy frick, there was a sea of them. You'd have a hard time counting them, that's for damn sure. You know, a veteran is a veteran no matter what country you work for, or work in or work to protect. And I don't know, I'm glad my dad's not around to see what's going on nowadays. It'd be hard to get near. He was conservative. He, as well as myself, swore an oath of allegiance to the Queen. I guess it'd be the King now, and he's not going to be around much longer, I don't think. He's already old. But the royal family is not like the movies portray them. There is a few black sheep in that family, but Harry, with his lovely wife Meghan, pretty well kicked out of the royal family. Andrew, the freaking pedophile, he's gone. He's been stripped of his titles. And he's got to give up his fancy home that the royal family. Okay, we're good that way. We can get out. Alright. Now, this is not going too bad holding it like this. My elbow resting. But it's not going to last forever. And I don't think I'll be taking a video on the way home unless I figure out how to get this thing stuck on the windshield. I know I could stick it on the side window, but I'm not sure if I could turn it enough. When we got it, it said there was 360 degrees rotation. But they didn't say it on all planes. So as I found out, my window, the way it's shaped, it's more at too much of an angle for this thing to sit on right. But we're going to have to try to figure this one out. And I got a new flashlight coming. What the hell's the name? Infinity XT, I think it was. It's Costco had them on sale for $30, and Amazon wants $70 for them. But they hold 9 AA's, or it comes with a rechargeable lithium-ion battery. And you can also charge your phone off the flashlight. And there are C connections, which is really good. I think there's a USB connection as well. Nick bought it, so I just got to wait to get it. So we're not sure when that's going to happen. It's supposed to be 7,000 lumens on the high settings, and it's supposed to be able to burn on that for an hour and a half. And then it's got 3 or 4 more settings you can adjust it for. Plus, I think you can adjust the beam. And what I want it for mostly is when the dogs are over the hill in the middle of the freaking night and I can't see them with my other flashlight, I can shine the flashlight out and I can see real good over the hill, and I maybe see what they're barking at. So in case I have to do some intervention with some wild animal, I can do it. Maybe go in the Jeep or get on the mower and go chase them off so the dogs can get up the house. Once they fixate on some kind of prey or something that pisses them off, that's it. And they love to bark because that's one of their traits. I didn't know that at the time when we got them. They bark for the sake of barking. Just bark, 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 bark. Non-stop. It'd be so bad that when Storm comes in finally, he can hardly bark at all. He's like he's hoarse. So, I wonder how the bridge is going to be when we get in there. This isn't too bad. I'm holding it as steady as I can get it. I don't think it'd be a lot steadier in the on the mirror or on the window, but we'll see. Bit of a wind. You can feel it grabbing the Jeep every once in a while. My daughter's place up in Claresholm, which is northern Alberta, north of Grand Prairie, siding blew off their home. And I guess the year before, siding blew off the siding blew off on the other side of their house. They're in a duplex. Excuse me. I don't know, ever since COVID happened, the prices have gone sky high. The services, that we used to depend upon are almost non-existent. And the government just keeps throwing money away on stuff. And if there's a government that says we'll have a zero budget in 4 years, don't believe a damn thing they say. Crime here is going through the roof. They arrested a couple up in Woodstock for various thefts, and they were out that night. One has to appear in a couple of days, and the other one has to appear at the end of the month. So they're out there. They're most likely drug addicts. They have to support their habit, and they're out there stealing again. What can you say? Whoa. And here, welcome to Fredericton. We are here. Right over here to the right, you'll see this sidewalk. That used to be where the old train used to run. Now the main train from Halifax to Montreal runs up from Moncton. It goes straight north to Miramichi. Then from there up to Bathurst. It swings over and gets towards Montreal eventually. Well, construction. When we came home from the airport, it was down to one lane, just the left lane there. And people, there was no flagman, there was no light. It wasn't nice out. It was darker than hell. And people didn't know how to react with the, stop and go thing there. So I had to get my wife to move, or we would have been there for friggin' hours. It's what it's supposed to be is just like the zipper on the bridge. Every other car merges and goes. So if a couple of cars went, then a couple of cars can go. You know, like that kind of thing. Often wonder about who is the engineer looking after the roads in Fredericton here. There's some real oddball stuff going on. Well, now we're getting close to the first big traffic circle, which is undersized. You'll see that soon enough. Now we have to coordinate everything I do these days with the bathroom. And life is getting harder for myself. 10 years ago, a couple of problems, but no big deal. Nowadays, it's a big deal. Now we're going to watch this here, because here comes the circle. Be a nice guy, get that guy in there. I got this friggin' thing on my hand, so the base of my thumb's gonna throb after this, driving into town, hanging onto this phone. My elbow's sore already from it bouncing around on my hand. This truck's turning left. I figure. There we go. And we are going straight. I figure. There's the police. Fredericton Police has a black and white. RCMP is blue and white. Over this lane here. Let these speedy guys go by. That guy's definitely going fast at speed limit. Bit of a headache here. Anyway, I need the coffee, and I can't get the coffee until I come home. I'll have to rate my wife's change purse in the dash there. Oh, easy does it, Storm. You had a chance to go pee when we were getting in. This is the Two Nations crossing. Oh, look at that guy go. He's a brave man, that one. You can't trust these guys here because traffic circles are fairly new. They're too small. And there should have been a lane going around the circle because we're going straight. So we didn't have to enter the circle, just go around it to the right there and you'd come back onto the road here. Further down. Oh, yesterday. This was a freaking nightmare. Traffic was backed up to the circle where we just came through. And from the bridge, there was about 3 different lanes trying to merge into one. There was no notice. Oh, you can go that way, buddy, but you're not supposed to. There should be another friggin' lane, because there's quite a few cars turning to the right here. Not allowed to go to the left anymore, because people who are getting too many accidents, they're going too fast. There's another police. Their fair share of police. Plus, I think they're hiring 20 more on top of what they got. And I guess nobody wants to be a policeman anymore. Okay, we're going to get off of this up here, and we're going to go up Smythe Street next. I'll try to keep the camera running until I get to PetSmart, and then I got to get out. And I'd like to thank you in advance for sticking with me on the channel. We've hit a pretty stable amount of good people here. And thanks for any new subscribers that may have snuck in. That's cool too. Okay, here we go. Blink, blink, blink. There we go. Now we gotta get in to the far left lane. And we got another circle coming up here. And there's all kinds of wild things going on here. It's one lane circle. And there's a couple of black guys in a brand new car. I don't know, they were like Nigerian black. Really, really black. They tried to come around the circle here with me. They didn't know what was going on. I had to blast my horn at them. But there's no sense in getting irate over some of these guys. It's just that there's hardly anybody signaling anymore. There's a lot of speeders. People passing the bus. School buses, that is. Now, as far as that's concerned, you have to slow down and or stop until the intersection is clear or the light stops. I like what they did in Abu Dhabi. They used to have tunnels underneath or bridges that you could climb up, or not bridges, like an overpass over top of the road for pedestrians. I mean, it was safer than trying to get across 8 lanes of traffic, especially if you're a hobbler. You know, you get some mobility issues. Mind you, getting up over top of those overpass things there wasn't easy either. The main post office is way down over that way somewhere. That's the exhibition grounds. They want to take that over, and they want to put apartments in it, and who knows where the exhibition will be held. It's called the Frex, Fredericton Exhibition. Oh, we got a light. That's the big bus station right there. And we are very multicultural now. Okay, here we go. So this is the Smythe Street Hill. It's been here for a long time. And we'll be coming up to a bunch of lights here, which what I reiterate on. It must be cousin Vino that they hired as the guy to do the traffic planning. Now this wasn't too bad. This particular light. This is a simple crosswalk, but up here there's 2 or 3 sets of lights, all within a small area. You might be able to see them coming onto the screen now. And we got a yellow light at one. And they're not synchronized half the time. So there's 2. Where's that guy going? Oh, we don't know where he's going. And if he's turning left, oh good. That's another light, and here's the other one. Then just around the corners is another one. There used to be over here, this building's been around for a while, used to be a Ponderosa Steakhouse. I don't even know if they exist anymore. We used to go there all the time because it was cheap. You could eat all you want. You buy your main order, like the $3 steak thing, and then the buffet was free. My job was never a big salad guy. Okay, we're almost there, Storm. Whoops. Just up past the cement truck. We got 15 minutes to kill, but I don't have that time. I gotta get the dog in. Don't connect your phone. Well, I can't connect no phone. I'm trying to freaking drive here. This is a freaking oddball thing here, too. Okay, we'll go over here. I think it'll be easier. Okay, Storm. Very good. The bugger wanted a boost today to get into the back of it. Gee. I think he'll park right here beside this guy. There we go.